This video is bound to get really spicy. Gonna be talking about several different things that are affecting the Singapore public transport community in general. Disclaimer, I just want to mention that either existing or ex-members of this website, not everybody is bad. Some of them have changed, some of them have already moved on or like left. But this concerns arguably the biggest train website in Singapore right now that the train enthusiasts love to flock to. So TLDR, they have had a history of mistreating people and like from the train community in general, like individuals, as well as bullying a few of my friends who are part of like the Singapore train community in general, whether they are like standalone, like lone wolves, or like used to be part of a group or what. Yeah, there have been cases. But I'm not gonna talk about this because it has been like a few years ever since that happened. I'm gonna be talking about like kind of the implications this has on like the overall community in general. So, okay, I've already talked about this many times, so I'm just gonna skim through. The way that SMRT numbers these are like I've already mentioned a lot of times. It is as follows. And the last batch, this number was like specifically chosen to commemorate the contract. So it's like this. Nothing wrong with it. And in fact, this is what internally it's used. But the thing is, on the sticker, you might see something along the lines of like, 13152 or something along those lines. The reason why it's 5 digits instead of four on like the stickers is because across all lines, LTA wants to like standardize just the physical stickers. It's just a standardization thing. It's nothing too deep. It's the same goes for like the circle line, the physical stickers as well. Like however you want to number the trains, it's technically your own business. Nobody can stop you or tell you that you're wrong, right? But here's the thing. The most, arguably the most looked up to and subscribed uh, website for trains in Singapore, well, they did this nonsense, which is wrong on so many levels. Like internally, SMRT doesn't even use this. So what happened was that the website, the people, if I'm not mistaken, at least 60% of them voted against this numbering system, and only 40% like agreed with it. So I mean, there was kind of a split, but because the 40%, their voices were much louder, and then they had control over the website and stuff like that. Well, you know how it went. Apparently, they conducted, okay, by the way, this is the correct one. They conducted a poll on Telegram saying, hey, do you want to use this numbering or do you want to use this numbering? And many people, obviously, they voted for this one without this, which is the correct one. And then the main point is not about like which numbering is correct or wrong, even though this one is clearly correct and what SMRT uses in the first place. It's more of like it goes to show how double standards these people can get just to push for what they themselves want, and not something that is like actually good or productive for like the train community in general. And their excuse was that, oh, you key in this, our website will still show you just with that extra digit in front. It's like, because it's like when you have some people saying yes, I want to change the numbering, and then majority of them voted no. But then you guys brought in the abstain vote column in order to ensure that the people who voted against, the percentage actually decreases. It's a very blatant like tactic to ensure that these people ultimately get what they want. And even then, there were more people that disagreed, if anything, because they are like, oh, if everybody who abstained, they voted agree, then they would win, or something along those lines. So because of this kind of like the way they just like in a very sly and cunning manner, they push for it. People were like obviously unhappy with it. It's like, why did you guys even? It's not about like which numbering is correct or wrong, even though one of them is correct and the other isn't. But the thing is that like, if you guys have already decided on what numbering you want in the first place, why do you become so fake and then just set up this poll in the first place when regardless of the results, even if most people voted against it, you would still use you would still like try to talk your way out of it to say that, hey, we give our reasons why we want that digit in front, despite what all of you say. It's like, why do you even conduct like the poll in the first place if your minds are already made up? It's just it's just a really bad it just leaves a really bad impression, considering the fact that like these people apparently have hold the highest status allegedly of any other like train enthusiast in Singapore. Because they get all the freebies from like FOLTA. It's just very yeah, I don't even know how to react to this. It's like I know it's like quite some time already, but it's like it's just very double standards, and it just goes to show like where their priorities are themselves and not for the train community. You get what I mean? And the fact that they had the internal tea, and they even chose to put this on their website as a distraction, and then give an excuse to cover up, claim that their information is mostly crowdsourced, even though the numbering wasn't even crowdsourced in the first place. They claim they hide under, they try to hide behind the fact that like they claim that their website is like really public facing and really crowdsourced, and most of their info comes from crowdsourced information, and that's why they're like, oh, let's just put this thing as a distract. It's like, number one, this trace set doesn't even exist in the first place. And they are clearly trying to hide this batch tree, the numbering. I've already leaked it to you guys many times. But yeah, this obviously you can see it's like a cover up for like their whole, the one digit in front thingy. It's like, can you imagine if this is like arguably the most so-called trusted train website, and then they go on to pull this kind of like fake news stunt saying that this train exists, or saying that north south east west line is GOA4 when in reality it's 3, and then they changed it after there was like a lot of backlash. Is this how like the biggest train website in Singapore is supposed to behave? And it's not, it doesn't just stop here. The bigger implications this has on the train comm is that like normal train come is like they are unable to like experience anything, whereas these people get like all the freebies, like, and even if people they want like the front views, which is not even like that sensitive or secretive in the first place, if they want the front views they have to approach these people to film it for them. It's like, it just sends a really bad message that like anything that you want to do that is related to trains, you want the front view, again, which is not really sensitive in the first place, you have to go through these people if you even want to do it in the first place. And let me tell you, these people, they are really questionable. It's like personality and like their whole character wise. I'm just gonna tell you outright. So yeah, it just gives people the impression that like the train enthusiasts the impression that, or even the general public, even though most of them aren't aware of it, it's like normal train enthusiasts, they're like, or they're just normal train enthusiasts, but these people are like the elite group of train enthusiasts who hide information, gatekeep a lot of stuff to themselves for their own benefit, use their own name, despite them marketing as like, oh, we represent the train enthusiasts in Singapore, but in reality, these people are only using their own name for their own benefit and ego. And then normal train enthusiasts suffer because they don't even get all the stuff, despite them being like, despite like most of them, I would say, or at least half of them being like decent people in general who just want to pursue their hobbies. And then for them to have to like go through these questionable people who like hold power because they're elite, they have a name, they have a branding to them, they get freebies from like FOLTA and stuff like that. It's just really distasteful in my opinion. And it goes even on your LinkedIn or something along those lines, they can have like the most fake cliche captions, the most like beautifully worded captions that like invoke a lot of thought and awe and everything, but you know that they're just doing it for like I, they're not genuine when it comes to like their marketing. Hey, even when some of these people, their members, when they talk Japanese, they try to copy the posting style of like train enthusiasts in Twitter, and they are like, this particular train model who's like that's like retiring in Singapore. They're like, oh, masaka no intai. They're like, it's like they are not even that surprised in the first place, but because they want to try hard and just copy the Japanese posting style so badly, and then use it on their own local trade system. It's like, it's number one, it's really cringe. Number two, it's fake. You want to learn Japanese, please like learn it properly and don't just like copy everything from the textbook. You gotta be like at least a bit more genuine, add your own personal spin to it. And it's just a lot of tryhards trying these Singaporeans are like trying so hard to be like, oh, these otaku, wota, weeaboo, or like whatever you call it, weebs. Anyway, even in Japan, like otaku in general has like a really negative connotation to it. Don't talk about weebs. Even otaku or like wota has kind of like a slang and a negative connotation to it because typically, whilst the hobby is like they understand the existence of said hobby. A lot of people in general, non-trained fans are like they're kind of like indifferent to it, and some of them might even see these trained fans as like, oh, neurodivergent, or like even though not all of them are, and it's like they might see them in a negative light. And then you have like Singaporeans here who don't even want to like move to Japan or anything, but are trying so damn hard to be like Masaka no intai, or like they're trying so hard to type Japanese in a way that like they have all these exclamation marks. They're not even like expressing their true feelings. They just copy stuff from textbook or other Twitter users, and then they just act fake excited. And it's not just train. A lot of people in like Singapore, they bus and train come, they do this kind of things, especially with their like clickbaity YouTube titles. Clickbait is fine, but it's like it gets really stupid when a lot of them is legit all this like kind of like fake exclamation mark excitements. It it's like as someone who like actually knows how to speak Japanese, like it, I don't know. There is like a Singlish phrase that's like I don't really even know how to like integrate Singlish phrases into my daily life, but like they say this phrase really often. It's like troll face. It's like I, I think I could probably type in Singlish if I wanted to, but I'm definitely not really able to speak in Singlish like naturally, I would say. But yeah, it just goes to show that it's very embarrassing. Like if you're Japanese and you're seeing all these like Singapore train enthusiasts do this, you would honestly find it really cringe, really. but in short, it's like people trying too hard to be like otaku. If like I would say in general, it's just like the way that these people like post is like it's not genuine. I would say it's not what they're currently thinking of. It's just very, I don't know how to say. It's like I would say it as like you speaking through a mask. Like the mask is like it gives you that fake happy impression, but then deep down you're like indifferent anyway, that kind of thing. You get what I mean? But in general, the some of these key people that are like managing the website are like used to be inside the foreign team. They're not good people. They are really fake and not genuine at all. And it's just really a big shame to see that these people are like the representation of train enthusiasts, even though they gatekeep and hog all the stuff to themselves, and they put out a lot of false information, like the existence of this train set, and then they hide behind the crowd-funded excuse. Like here's the thing: if these people were at least decent and they actually needed to embargo stuff, like we would understand. But it's like, come on, like it's just so double standards. I just cannot. I don't even know why people still like support that website as of today. Especially after they tried to manipulate the vote to get whatever they want and not what is genuinely good for the train con. It's like Singapore generally has that mindset that like stuff is like really sensitive. You're not allowed to post online. You're not allowed to take pictures or videos or stuff. Satoe Kinchi and stuff like that. It's like people are trying to fight against this like bureaucracy and red tape, and these so-called enthusiasts, they are just like they like trains, no doubt, no doubt, but like all they are doing is just continuing this kind of red tape, gatekeeping, withholding so-called sensitive information that's not even sensitive in the first place, like preventing trained enthusiasts from learning and having the curiosity to learn in general, just telling them not to question things too much. Yeah, with these people as the elites, the train enthusiast scene in Singapore, they would never progress. And that's a fact. I would rather have like someone who is actually more deserving to actually be able to film the front views. Because right now, they are really acting like as if it's like an exclusive stuff that only they have access to. And it's kind of like, no, I give my content to a YouTuber with like who is just starting out. Don't try to accuse us of being gatekeeping when we literally gave them our content to post online. No, it doesn't work that way. I mean, they're just gatekeeping. Let's just call it as it is. What next? Let's not talk about this. I don't even want to go into the details because uh, the next one is this. Okay, I don't really have like an issue with like the normal people inside this operator. It's like I just don't get it why they would reject potential bus captains for simply not having enough experience inside SBS Transit and SMRT before they hopped over. Why would you reject them and allow all these bus fans to to bypass all the uh how to say, it's like a whole group of enthusiasts trying to rope in other enthusiasts, like trying to parachute them inside, not into like high positions, but like trying to let them bypass. Okay, here's the thing. After all, it's still like a job. It's still people's rice bowl, and it's not fair to me. It's not fair for me to like judge these people simply because they managed to bypass like interviews or whatever because they have like industry connections. I mean, connections get you everywhere. I'm I'm not against that, but the issue is that why is it that these enthusiasts who have bad character, who only pass their class 3 or 3A with 18 demerit points on the dot, even be allowed near buses? And these people, a lot of them, not all, but a lot of them, they ended up driving like shit. Either they lose their way or they get into accidents. Now here's the thing, it's not 100% their fault. It has to do with like the scheduling. It's like the BC welfare as well. So you can't really blame the bus captains every single time. But like, I mean, you shouldn't. But like, in the first place. But like, these people. I would say the issue I have with this bus operator right now is that they are really bus enthusiasts infested and not the good ones. So it all started when some of the older ones by age, they started joining the company legitimately, and then they started like chain pooling and roping in the other bus enthusiasts whom they don't necessarily have the biggest passion for buses. They are only there like for whatever reason, and it's only to boost their Instagram clout or their photo album. Do they really have like passion in like driving buses or like buses in general? No, they just treat it as a hobby. And yeah, maybe I'll just leave it as that. But here's the thing, if people inside had better in fact, I have some friends working in there right now. They are bus enthusiasts, but they are like legit good people, like decent people. I don't mind them at all. It's like we're chill, we're cool with we're cool with each other. But it's like it's just they're really questionable hiring, and they hire people that end up doing badly. Not all of them, it's like their fault or anything, but some of them are legitimately skill issue, I would say. Yes, they might have like aged and matured a bit, might have mellowed out, but this doesn't change the fact that character wise these people are only there because they want the rarest cameos to themselves. They want to drive the rarest cameos to themselves, rig them, stunt them, and hog all of the Instagram clout and fame to themselves. It's the cameo hider squad that I have been talking about ever since like the beginning of time. Cause I don't understand why nowadays you have to hide cameos. Back then it was like competitive. It's not that I condone it, but it's like I'm like okay, I just close one eye. But right now it's like, is there even really any value in hiding cameos now? The Singapore buses in like the next 5 to 10 years, even if you buy the BYD Bendies, it's genuinely saying unless the Bendies go and stunt, it's gonna be like kind of boring. I don't really see the point in like hiding cameos. Cause here's the thing, when I talk about this, I have to look at myself in the mirror, and back in the past, I was told to hide one cameo. It was a DM3500 on 150, but in the end, Maxim managed to get it as well. So, and he posted it on a public domain, YouTube. So that's good. You get a decent ride with no kids or kid adults screaming all over the place. So okay, that's maybe one plus point of hiding that specific cameo. Not that I condone it, it's just that I technically have one count of hiding a cameo because my friend told me to hide it. But anyways, I've already said like he's still one of the most genuine people I've met to this day. He's still one of my good friends, so I let it slide. That's the thing. I'm not saying I agree with it. It's just that the circumstances at that point, I was like, okay, I really have no choice but to like just do as he says. So yeah. So yeah, I just think this whole like bus enthusiast thingy is like they're really like attacking each other for no reason. And like recently, I have had like one person who got so jealous that I have all this intel. They got so jealous that like, why is it me having the intel and not them? Because oh, I'm born in 1986, I'm supposed to have all the intel, but why does this guy suddenly have it? And why is this guy giving intel without like where's his source, that kind of thing? I'm like, am I, if I just tell you the source, obviously uh, 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 things will happen, okay? But yeah, it's just some old man who hangs out with not adults but kids, which is like really concerning. That like that he just spends his time like just hating on people, and he's a Christian. I hope God sincerely revokes his baptism. This guy is just like he's not okay. Okay, like, and then obviously he got his band of like kids to hate on me, and that's how it all started. So I'm like, I don't get why this bus enthusiast thing has to be like so competitive. Why everything has to be seen as competition, and like why do you need to like gatekeep all these exclusive stuffs and stuff like that? And that's why I tell people not to gatekeep. I make them post on public domain. I try to discourage people from posting on their personal Instagram. Obviously, they're able to post, but as long as they post on YouTube. So that's the reason why. I mean, it's their choice, but it's like I highly recommend posting it in public domain. Be more accountable of yourself and what you say, including myself. That's the reason why I everything that I post online is free. You can take it if you want. And I'm being serious. Cause after Maxon he moved to the UK, I had to fly from Japan to come here for 2 years to fill in the gap because the kids won't stop foaming to the Euro 6s. It's like when you search like 137, you see the view discrepancy is like 300 for Euro 6 and 20 for Euro 5. And then you don't even see enough Euro 5 documentation. All you see is Euro 6, which is like kind of disappointing. It's like where their priorities at. When they see e-bus, they're like, "Oh my god, I want to catch it!" But when they see all these buses they're about to retire, they are like, "Ah, boring, skip." But when an E6 appears in front of them, they're like, oh my god, I want to skip it. Yeah, that's why. Cause I just have the feeling that like a lot of like the bus enthusiasts in Singapore, they don't even care about their own history, like their bus history, or like their urban landscape history. Even when it comes to elevators as well, they just want all the new stuff, which is like boring. Hey, I mean like my favorite bus is SBS 0405 W3E gearbox. That bus genuinely sucks, like performance wise, but I love it, and I'm not afraid to admit that I love it. Because when it comes to like loving buses in general, like you can apparently be interviewed by CNA or whatever state media about Benny buses, even though in reality you're like indifferent to them and you criticize people for telling people to snap or film the Benny buses before it's too late. Like, I mean, the 0405Gs. And SBS Transit at that time didn't even tell him to comment on like the 405 thingy. It's like if you are saying that only experienced bus captains are allowed to drive 405, it's believable. But if you're saying only young male bus captains are allowed to drive 405, then you're just doing SBS Transit a disfavor by spreading a misogynistic rumor on their behalf when they didn't even ask you to comment on things, just to promote your Angus and sheep. It's like I don't even know why this kind of like misogynistic remark is even allowed to fly or even be allowed to be published on the news. When a lady bus captain from China, she's a foreigner obviously, and she used I don't know if she still works in SBS Transit or if she got transferred to SMRT and is still driving 405, but She used to drive 405. That's your proof that like it's not just male bus captains that are allowed to drive on 405 that are allowed to drive 405. It already dispels the rumors. And even 975, I was told there was or is an Indian lady bus captain who also drive or drove 975. So and technically speaking, 975 is so-called more quote unquote more dangerous than 405. So anyone with a functioning brain would know that it was just a mere misogynistic remark placed just to attract attention. So yeah, why don't you hire the people who not hire, but like why don't you get people interviewed? I'm not saying myself, but like actual Singaporean bus enthusiasts, why not you hire them, the people who like legitimately love bendy buses? Like legitimate like I'm talking about true love for it. And this is kind of the reason why I don't associate myself with like these cliques. In fact, when I collab with like other YouTubers or my friends, it's only like individual based collaborations. And yeah, it's like from experience you can kind of tell who is genuine and who is not. But those people whom I have interacted with before, like online, on YouTube, as long as I have like replied to you, you're good. Like I don't see anything like bad in you. But yeah, I have seen some YouTubers who are like really ingenuine or like fake and everything. I'm just glad that Japan's bus enthusiasts, well, yes, there are a few bad apples. There is literally one Japanese bus enthusiast who tries so hard to like mask his hate for Korea or Koreans in general. I have seen that before, but I would say in general, the bus fans in Japan or even like Hong Kong, yes, they do fight a lot. They are very competitive, but they really don't go all out to this extent to like sabotage other people. That's why I don't associate with these like questionable people. Like I pick my people. I know who's genuine. It is what I'm saying. And my I would say like stance on things is that I don't believe in gatekeeping. I think it hurts the community in general. So yeah. But that being said, the only like group that is like I feel is genuine is the hyperlapsers. Like the top dogs, like the most popular bus route hyperlapsers in Singapore. The gang that not gang the group of people. I don't know why I just use a lot of slang terms. I'm sorry. The group of people from that used to be from School of Science and Technology, that school at Dover. Except one of them, they they collaborate with each other to like cover all of the BCM bus routes in Singapore, and then now they're venturing into NUS and NTU internal shuttle buses as well, which is a good thing. They don't do historical routes, but whatever routes they filmed, like they timeline it, they sort it according to time or which one is the most updated versions. They update their hyperlapses and stuff like that. And how do I put it? It's like they're very thorough in their work. And okay, where was I? It's like I could say this is probably the only genuine group that I have ever seen because I have met them in real life before. They're really nice people. And yeah, uh, in terms of like a group, this is like the only group that I can actually endorse, like publicly endorse, because they really done a good job at what they do best. Even though a few of them might have retired already, but like from doing hyperlapses, but like they really did a good job. I have nothing to say. I've like literally nothing to like critique or like give constructive criticism on. But yeah, since they don't do like the premium bus routes, whatever I'm able to do, except 723, because I don't even know where 723's starting point is. In return, I post like the premium bus route front views. I don't speed up my videos, but that's just me. So yeah, again, in short, they are the only group that like I can publicly endorse, as well as individuals as well. I can like the best group of the best individuals for, when it comes to like people who document Singapore's history, be it like buses or trains or elevators, escalators, are like SG buses, Miller Diablo, Maxon as well, and a few others. But it's mostly these few that I actually endorse. Other names I can think of, Heejin Jiris, he's good. Shahir One, what's his channel name? Transport Cinematic. He goes by Shahir One. He's also good. Then I mean in general, there are these individuals who are like, they're chill and cool. I mean, sorry, it's like there aren't really like a lot of like famous, I would say, or stand out like bus enthusiasts. It's because a lot of them they only pursue it as like a hobby. So yeah, I'm sorry, I really cannot think of any names per se. That, like any bigger names. I would say Sean Eaton Chua, TSWUB. You can watch him for like elevator videos. And then there's also the OGs like bus interchange at uh, businterchange.net, bus interchange transit videos. I almost forgot the channel name. That one, he has a lot of like legit exclusive stuff, like the old elevators as well. That one's good. Who else? I don't know who else is big. Uh, let me think. Oh no, why is my memory so bad now? You also know the channel that goes by the handle Tintin Spartan, right? If you remember the OG name, you're really OG. And then who else? Uh, oh no. Yes, I remember now. Basically there are two channels. It's like Garfield and Friends One, and then there's two as well. That the sub channel. That one is OG and still active today. But yes, if you're talking about big names, this is all I can think of, like from the top of my head. I'm sorry if I missed you. He's the best at catching cameos, in my opinion. He has a lot of stuff that we all don't have. I'm still waiting for like the Pixel Sitaros on 100, 142, and 186 that I failed to get because of my own skill issue. Because I hunt without the bus apps and stuff like that. I'm still waiting for like OC on 182/M, either one of them, 253 or 255. Yeah, I'm waiting for these. Then when it comes to like Euro 5 man 822, I'm waiting for 9 and 46. So yeah, but he really does a good job at like documenting the stuff that no one else has documented, like the Pandan Loaf on 990, I think. Cause here's the thing, like for most people, it's not easy to like having to maintain a YouTube account, or like having to maintain like a photo album and try to keep it for as long as you possibly could. It's amazing that some of these channels they've managed to last like 10 years or so. But yeah, I just don't understand why sometimes there is like so much unnecessary competition. It's like I really don't want the Singapore, like either the bus or the train side, to end up like the Japanese train community, because from experience I can tell you I mean most train fans are like decent, but like when you really dive into the depths of like the community, it's the Japanese train community is really toxic. I will say this out. I'm not saying this based on like negative emotions or anything. I'm just saying objectively. So please don't go there.